Hey guys, so you ever just scrolled Marketplace and found something you don't really need but you have to have it? That was me a few weekends ago, and I know we're working on this F-150 right here, but I just saw this and I had to have it. So I'm gonna flip this camera around and I'm gonna show you what we got. So here's what I find on Marketplace and I just have to have it. This is a 1961 International C10, also might be called a Travelall. Not quite sure, still gotta read up on it a little bit. But this is all the way up in the upper peninsula of Michigan, so that was quite a drive. But here we'll bring you in here and we'll get a closer look at this thing. Okay, starting in the back here, because everyone wants to start in the back. I was told this was an old military ambulance. And that when you open the doors up like this, man, that is so cool. When you open the doors up like this, these things on the wheel wells are what used to hold the gurneys for the guys. And we were told that they were feared that the guys would be so smelly that they just couldn't take it. So up there is actually a fan. So what some might think is a dome light up top is actually a vent fan. I don't know if that's 100% true for the story, but I'll take it for right now and say it's pretty cool. It's got this upper deck up here. As you can see, we got some weight reduction. Also have the old hubcaps. We'll have to clean those up. I'm guessing this compartment right here is where a spare tire would go, seeing how this side is flat here. Now let's take you on to the side here. So as you can see, this is a 4-door flavor. Down here would be a spot for storage, some kind of tool compartment. We got old seat belts, old visors. Haven't dug too far into it yet, but we'll dig into it here pretty soon. But hey, score, Aloha Coconut. I was looking for some chapstick, it's perfect. Okay, looking at it from the back, you can see this thing is quite long back here. Definitely could put an air mattress back here and go camping in this thing if you wanted to. As you can see, it's got the original old, I guess these are bucket seats, old ambulance seats. I mean, passenger is not bad at all, whereas driver's side, yeah, I'd say she's blown out. And if you look at this dash, I just love this dash and the windshield, how it curves around. That is awesome. Get a close up here. This is a 3 on the tree. Let's see what we got in the old glove box here. Oh. Got some goodies here. Ionia Free Fare. Do we have a year on that? July 27th. 84 sponsors, so I'm gonna take the 1984. That's quite old. Oh, we got some what looks like to be insurances. Camping slip, Michigan fishing guide from 86 to 87. Okay. Receipts. Ooh, is this a map of Michigan? Yes, it is. We'll have to look at that and compare it to a new one. What's this? That's empty. Darn it, that'd been cool if there was some film in there. Oh, nice. We got a lens. Cool thing is we have a 3D printer, so where a lot of people would have to try to buy that stuff, we can try to 3D print it and make a replica for what we need. Michigan 1986-87 hunting and trapping guide. Okay. Ooh, what is this thing? Eric Hipple, quarterback, number 17 for the Lions. What do we have? A year? 57 is when the guy Eric was born. Last I see is 85 for the stats. Interesting. Must be when you used to get stuff from your McDonald's thing. Ooh. Looks like we got some identification to take this up to Secretary of State's for. Oh, that's cool. Trash from job site. That's a list. So that was number 1. Number 2 is parts made up for bike. Number 3, transmission fluid. Dad's van. Number 4, money from Kim plus Pete. Number 5, Ralph to take out trash. Number 6, bank to put money in. Number 7, insurance company. Number 8, stop and see Pop. And then we got some at the bottom. And this is on the back of Sign Language and Interpreter Training. Lansing Community College. Wow. See, when I picked this up, it was up near Ishpeming, Michigan. You'll have to Google to see where that is. That was a trip for me. And Lansing is not too far from me. So there's a hint of how far we had to go to travel for this thing. Ooh, got the other side of the light. Perfect. We got matches. Looks like something to a brake line. Some screws, fuses, and that's pretty much it. Well, nice. Okay. I mean, for being a 61, just listen how well these doors shut. I mean, I feel pretty lucky to have it in this great of condition. So let's go around to the driver's side here. Oh, sorry if you hear my lawnmowers. Gas got expensive these days, so I had to go to the more green energy kind. So driver's side, you can tell. Oh yeah, she got a few miles on her. Speaking of which, what does the tag say? Is that 6,351? Oh, basically new. I'm sure that's not rolled over at all. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some wiring to do. Oh, we do have fuses down there. Nice. Okay, let's look at this one. It looks like, so the only bad glass we have is on this back door here. As you can tell, more weight reduction in there. Got some weight reduction here. I mean, this toolbox, it could definitely come in handy. Oh. See, this looks bad, but that's part of that wheel well on the inside, so that can be replaced. And the frame actually, it's not, it looks bad, but it's not as bad as it looks, if that makes sense. Nope. I jinxed myself with the doors, didn't I? There we go. Okay. Next, we'll look under the hood and see what kind of motor powers this beast. Okay. Let's figure this hood out. There we go. Whew. Okay. Let's bring you in here. So we got an inline 6 of some sort. Gotta love all this tomfoolery with this wiring. That's going to be fixed. We're going to need an air filter of some sort put on here. Everything seems to be here. Now, I don't know if this runs or not yet because we just pulled it on the trailer and headed right back. That was a very long trip, and I got back at 6 in the morning, going all night from starting Saturday, 6 in the morning Sunday. So that was a fun trip. So let's start with the basic stuff. I'm going to pull the plugs, mark the wires so we make sure we get them back in the right spot. And let's disconnect this battery. Oh man, we're going to need cables. It's going to need some love, but we got to wait before we do all this because we got to finish the F-150 first. Okay, I went ahead and put all the numbers on the wires here to keep our firing order because I don't know this engine. I don't know the firing order of it yet, so I just don't want to get confused and mix any of the plugs or anything. I was told it ran, but I live with the philosophy, trust but verify. So we went ahead and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9. And so next I'm going to pull these wires off, pull a spark plug out. We're going to read it, see what it's telling me, if it's saying it reads too rich, if it reads too lean, or if the spark plug is just bad in general. I'm going to throw a little bit of Marvel's Mystery down each cylinder, just to, lube it up, see what's going on. It can't hurt anything too much. So I'll come back when I have these wires off and we can read a spark plug. Okay, I'm gonna take the first spark plug out here. This should tell us a lot of how this engine is running. Again, sorry for my lawnmowers in the background. Okay, let's look at this thing. Actually, it does not look terrible. Sorry. Doesn't look too bad. Almost looks like fresh plugs. Or newer plugs. Well, I'm gonna still throw some Marvel's Mystery Mix into WD-40 down each cylinder, clean up these plugs a little bit, and next we'll see if the engine's at least free. Okay, took all the spark plugs out. They all look kind of like number one, so that's a good sign for me. If they looked any worse, I would consider doing a compression test or something like that, or I might still do a compression test if it doesn't fire down the road. But as I was pulling them off, we had a little bit of a malfunction here. Our number 3 wire is gonna have to get re-crimped down, and hopefully it still fits. And looking at this wire, I don't know if you guys can see it. There's not much there, so we might have had a misfire issue or just not a strong enough spark in that plug. I don't remember it being any worse than the others, so maybe not, but we'll see. I'll come back when I get that wire hooked back on, and then we'll come back and see if we can turn this engine. Okay, now that I got that spark plug hooked back up, we're all good to go to see if this engine is free at all. And first thing I'm going to do is check to see if I can even spin it by hand before I get all the sockets out. So, put tension on the belt, get a good grip. Oh, that's a good sign. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's spinning. See if we can get a rotation out of it. Oh yeah. Well, it wasn't a full rotation, but I'm not feeling any hard spots. So I think the next best thing to do, I'm not gonna mess with the carb yet, because if it is a runner, he probably has it tuned to where it runs. So I think the next best thing to do is we're gonna hook our wires back up, and 1, see if we have battery, and 2, see if we're gonna have any smoke showing from a fire. And if that doesn't, we're gonna tap the key and see what happens. This is negative, that goes negative. Oh yeah, we're gonna need new cable wires big time. Positive, drag it down, yep, that's to the starter, okay. That barely has any wires to it, cool. Well, my faith in this cranking over is not very high after seeing that battery cable, but we'll see. We'll give her a test real quick. Hey. So, she sounded like she turned over fairly easy. You can tell our fuel pump is pumping. I think what I want to do first, before I try starting it or anything, I want to see what kind of fuel is getting into that carb, because I want to make sure that what we're putting into it is good fuel. And I might throw a filter in line. In fact, I think I will, because I want to make sure I'm not clogging anything up in here. Okay, I'm going to turn the key over, and we're going to see what kind of fuel this is pulling out to make sure that we're not pulling any gunk out of this to put into that brand new, well, not brand new, remanufactured carb. So. Okay, let's see, I don't want to take too much. Oh, we're not pulling the best, but it's also not the worst. I don't know if you guys saw the F-150 video where I cleaned the filter on that thing, but that was bad. So I think what I'm gonna do is I will put a filter in line and we'll hook it back up, and I might go see if I can find some fresh fuel to kind of dilute this. It's not terrible, but it's also not the best, so see if we can get something a little better in there, and then we'll try starting it up. Okay, I don't know if I showed you on that 150 build, but these are the filters I'm installing. You can get them off Amazon, 10 for $10. The thing I really like about them is there's a, I don't know if you can see it, see if it focuses. It's that little black thing in it, that's a magnet. I don't know if we have any particulates in the gas tank because we're running a boat tank right now, but if there is, this is going to catch it and it's going to make me feel a lot better about what we're putting into this motor. So I'm going to install this and I'll put this on a time loop so you can see me install it, and then I think we'll be good to start it. Okay, we have installed one of these fuel filters, and now I'm gonna go try to prime this fuel filter by turning the pump on before I start it and make sure everything's good to go. Okay, looks like we're not pulling any or very little fuel. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is pull this off and suck some fuel up. Okay, one very nasty mouthwash later, we got some fuel in the filter. Let's try priming that pump again. Oh yeah, she's priming. Alright, I'm gonna try to start the engine and see what happens. Clear this stuff out of the way. Get this rolling in. Okay, I think we're ready. No way. And it's idling. We're not getting the best fuel flow. One of our pumps going bad. But she's idling. We got some vacuum leaks going on. I don't know how it's running. We have no fuel in that filter. Huh. Let's go see what our gauges say. Okay. Oh, we're reading oil. We have oil pressure. Obviously no gas. I think we're charging. Let's see. Thing sounds like a diesel. Okay. Now's the fun part where we can start pulling buttons and pushing buttons. Oh my goodness. We have wipers. Lights. I don't think we have lights. Don't know what that does. We have a cigarette lighter here. Don't know if that works. Ashtray. Okay, let's see if we have a fan. Oh my goodness, we have a fan. Well, there's some switch down there. Okay. Man, I thought we were gonna have to fight this up. As I was speaking, I thought we were gonna have to fight this a lot more. I'm just wondering if we don't have gas in here. Huh? We got gas. I don't know what's going on. Let me dive into this because we should have plenty of gas to be pulling up that fuel filter. So, well, I'll come back when I figure that out. Okay. I think I got the fuel issue somewhat fixed for right now. Pull some clean fuel up. I'm going to close this hood and I'm going to reposition you guys, and we're going to try to just see if we have any kind of transmission or a clutch at all. Okay, I think it's time to see if this thing has a transmission or a clutch at all. Okay, as you guys probably see, I have no clutch, which could potentially just be a leak in the line because I kind of had it going back and forth. Like when I was in reverse and I hit it and I waited a while, it finally would stop itself and I could get it into first without it grinding gears. And then driving in first, going, if I double clutch it, it finally, slowly come to a stop and I can get back in reverse, go back and forth. So it's kind of pointing me into a leak somewhere. We have absolutely no brakes. And if I remember right, the brakes and the clutch are tied together. So that might be a big issue right there. So we'll have to dive into that. But this is definitely gonna be a fun project for the channel here. Hopefully we can see it transform before our eyes here. We got a lot of patch panels to fill, weld in, fix. A lot of speed holes that we want to address sooner than later. And then, yeah, I think it's a good project. Obviously, I want to finish the Ford first because we have plans for that coming up here in a few years that are a really big goal of mine that I want to finish. I have parts ordered for that. I have rear leaf hangers or leaf spring hangers ordered. Those should be in this week sometime. I got to finish grinding, putting the Pour 15 on it. Yeah, so stick along for that build. That one's coming along very well. I'm very excited for that one. So thank you for watching. I know it's a little different than what I have been doing. So hopefully you guys like this. If you do, please leave a like and maybe a comment. And if you really like it, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.